Welcome to Python programming tutorial. Today we'll be covering the following topics: modify object properties, delete object properties, deleting the object, pass statement, and then introduction to inheritance. So let's begin with creating a program where I can modify, delete, or pass my object or object properties. Let's create the same program that we created in our last class. These are the two functions that we've created. Similarly, for student 2, the details will be shown like this. Now let's start applying various operations on it. So the first one is modify student name, and here, so let's begin with modifying or adding the name. So I have written here stu1, the detail in it as name of the student as name1 and grade is 12. So suppose I want to add name or change name of the student 1. So for that I will write stu1, write the object, the property that is to be changed, that is name, and then is equal to write the name as j, and then I again call stu1 dot display dates, and I get j instead of name1. Now suppose I want to delete the name, so I use the keyword del, give the object, the property, that's it, and then again you ask it to print the details, and it will not show you because there is no name here since we deleted it. So it shows student's object has no attribute name because we've deleted the name here. Now moving on to delete object. Now let's delete the object by writing the name stu, and let's call stu1 again. It should give us an error, and stu1 is not defined because we've already deleted the object here. Now moving on to the pass statement. For classes as well, you cannot keep a class empty, so for that we use pass keyword, and we create a class name as student, and I write pass here, and now I can exit the class whenever I want without any error. So if I create a class without any pass statement and exit, it will expected and indented block. It will come up with this error. Now let's move on to inheritance. Let's see the basics of inheritance and understand the concept of parent class or the main class, and the subclass or derived class or the child class. So let's understand the concept. Inheritance is something that helps you define a class and inherit the properties of the parent class. It allows us to define a class also known as the child class or the derived class that can inherit all the object properties and methods from the other class, that is the parent or the base class. So if we see an example for this, suppose I categorize my books as literature, science, maths. Now my parent class will always remain books, and under that I have my subcategories, which are child class, which all these classes that I have, which are segregating my books into different subjects. So the subjects become my child class, whereas my book remains my parent class. So when we are defining a parent class and a child class in Python, we use the keyword class in both the times, or be it for the parent class or the child class. But for the parent class, we use class name as parent name. We can give whatever name we want. Suppose I use class and give the name again books, and this becomes my parent class. And I can write whatever I want, probably print or use an init function or whatever I want. Let's pass it. And now when I have to call my child class, again the keyword of keyword class is being used. Class keyword is again used with the name of the child class along with the parents class being in parenthesis. So let's write it how we'll be calling it. So I have as it's written in the syntax, class, then I give another child name, be it computer, right? And inside this I write my parent class. That's how I am going to call it. And again I'm going to pass this, of course, because I am not going to write anything in it. And this is how I am going to call my child class. This is how I am going to call create a child class and inherit the properties of my parent class. This is it for today. In the next class we will continue with inheritance and understand parent class, child class, and other functioning of these classes with the help of an elaborate program. Thank you for watching.